When panic sets in, your biology forces you into a rigid state of survival. Fear aggressively shrinks your awareness until your perspective narrows to a pinprick, locking out any information that doesn't immediately resemble a threat. This creates a brutal paradox. When you are desperate for control over your life, the internal alarm bells ring so loudly that the noise actively drowns out your own internal guidance. You become deaf to your intuition right when you need it most. Your immediate reaction to this panic is almost always to look outward. You obsess over your bank balance, map out rigid 10-year plans, and measure against external status markers. But seeking external control to solve an internal panic is a biological trap. It keeps your attention pointed in the wrong direction, ensuring you remain entirely blind to the correct path forward. This dynamic traps a very specific type of person. Ironically, highly intelligent individuals often struggle the most to align their actions with their actual desires. If your logical mind has historically protected you, if it earned you your degree or built your career, you naturally trust it above all else. You allow raw intellect to completely override subtle intuitive nudges. Over time, this constant overanalysis becomes a rigid default setting. You navigate life in a state of perpetual anxiety, second-guessing every choice, because you are demanding hard data for decisions that require feeling. An intellect trained exclusively to scan and analyze the external world eventually stops functioning as a survival tool. It turns into a prison, locking out the internal signal that is trying to guide you. To break free from that loop, you have to shift your focus away from the physical world. Your own internal energy field is actually your primary and most accurate source of data. Here is the reality of your situation. Absolutely everything you need to navigate your life is already contained within you. The answers, the direction, the confidence, they are already radiating from your own energy field. When you search for fulfillment exclusively in the physical world, you inevitably hit a wall. These potholes and dead ends act as a feedback loop. They are specifically designed to be frustrating enough that you finally stop looking at the external world and turn your attention back toward your own energy field. To access this internal data, you must consciously choose to bypass the logical mind. You have to actively ignore its rigid, fear-based objections and listen to the quiet truth underneath. When your carefully constructed plans fall apart, the system is actually functioning correctly. External failure breaks the ego's iron grip, so your true internal signal can finally be received. The largest obstacle standing in your way is a deeply held limiting belief, the egoic desire to navigate this entire life alone, so you can claim all the credit for your success. That isolation is an illusion. You are surrounded by a massive, unseen support system of higher selves, guides, and collective networks standing by to assist you. Connecting with that network requires a specific mechanism to clear the static. Think of this process as a violet flame, a conceptual tool used to actively burn through your accumulated fear and anxiety. This flame systematically destroys the old, worn-out ways of operating. It consumes the restrictive rules, doubts, and societal expectations you've unknowingly picked up along your path. Your ultimate life is revealed through subtraction. By systematically removing the thoughts, beliefs, and identities that aren't actually yours, you finally expose the master version of yourself that was hidden underneath the clutter. Once you shift your focus inward, the immediate result is profound relief. You recognize that the external world is simply a delayed reflection of your internal state. You have explicit permission to step completely off the hamster wheel. You do not have to carry the burden of toppling corrupt institutions, and you do not have to perfectly map out your future timeline. The desperation and the emptiness quietly fade. You replace those feelings with a deep sense of wholeness and unshakable confidence in your own path. By shifting from a state of desperate lack to internal wholeness, you change your frequency. This state of relaxation is the exact moment when manifestations, money, opportunities, and people can finally flow in because you've stopped actively repelling them with your own anxiety. To consistently override the noise of your mind, you can implement a highly practical 3-step daily protocol. Step 1. Go within. Dedicate just 5 minutes a day to sit quietly and consciously feel the perimeter of your own energy field. Settle into your body and reach outward with your awareness. Step 2. Trust. When you receive a sudden intuitive hit or a subtle internal nudge, follow it. You must take action, even if the impulse completely defies your logical planning. Step 3. Relax. Completely surrender your tight, anxious grip on exactly how and when your desires must be fulfilled. Trust in the divine timing of your own life. Beneath all the burned-away fear, past the overthinking, and underneath the desperate need for control, you will find your true baseline essence. It is pure, unconditioned love. If fear stopped deafening you today, what quiet truth inside is waiting to finally be heard? Subscribe to The Explainer for more insights on mastering your reality, and click the link below to join our upcoming immersive timeline shifting workshop.